Jai Hind दोस्तों, welcome to FinVision. I am Colonel Sandeep Melwar, and in continuation with our series of financial awareness videos, today we have come up with another important aspect, that is power of compounding. Today we will understand what is power of compounding and how can you put your investment in a way so that they benefit from power of compounding. What is power of compounding? It is the process of generating returns on the principal that you invest and the reinvested earnings thereof. It enables exponential growth in your investment and can significantly boost your wealth creation over long term. Here is the formula of compound interest, wherein A is equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100 to the power T. In this, the inputs are the principal amount that you invest, the rate of return, and the number of years that you remain invested. Let's understand the importance of compounding. Here is one example wherein you are able to invest 15,000 per month for 15 years, and in case you are able to generate a ROI of 15%, the corpus that you will be able to create is 1 crore rupees. The same amount of 15,000 per month invested for 30 years period, and in case you are able to generate 15% ROI on it, the corpus that you will be able to create will not be 2 or 3 crores, but 10 crore rupees. And this is the importance of time in your investment, wherein by just doubling the time period from 15 years to 30 years, your corpus generated will multiply by 10 times. Hence, longer you stay invested, the more time your investment get to grow and the greater corpus you will be able to create. Now, before coming to the investment and understanding the power of compounding, let us understand the basic tenets of few of the asset classes that we in fraternity generally invest into. Historically, it has been seen that equities, bonds, mutual funds, gold, and real estate all have shown the potential to create wealth in the long term. Equity, for example, have historically provided much higher returns compared to all the other asset classes. However, past performance does not guarantee future returns. Hence, it is important to always understand and invest as per your individual investment goals, investment horizon, risk tolerance, and then only select the investment instrument. Now, let's have a look at the historical performance of the various investment asset classes. Here is the chart which displays the rate of return generated by the assets in the US from 1802 to 2012, that is over a period of 210 years. It was seen that gold could just beat the inflation and could just generate returns of only 0.7% per annum, wherein your government bonds and FDs could generate higher returns than gold, that is to the tune of around 2 to 3% per annum, whereas equity and the stocks generated much higher returns than anybody's expectation of 6.6%. Thus, $1 invested in gold in 1802 was equivalent to only $4 in 2012, but same amount invested in bonds was equivalent to $200 plus, whereas in stocks, the same $1 would have created a corpus of 7 lakh plus. So that is the importance of the ROI in your investment. Same is the pattern in India, wherein from 1981 to 2019, over a period of almost 39 years, the equities gave much better returns of 17% versus only 9% in gold and 7% odd in FDs. Now, let us understand the basic parameters that determine the power of compounding. First is the time duration. The longer you stay invested, the more you will benefit from power of compounding. Here is a formula wherein A, that is amount, is equal to P into 1 plus R upon 100 to the power T. So the longer you stay invested, the more your wealth will compound. The factor of T is generally well known and generally most advisor would have been telling you. But there are two other factors which are rather more important than the time. What are these? It is your ROI. That is the rate of return that you get on the investment. For equity and mutual funds, this could be the total profit, including the dividends that you receive from your investment in stocks and mutual funds. Here is a comparison of 1 lakh rupees invested over 10 years, how would your wealth creation would have been in case you had invested 1 lakh rupees 10 years back? In bank FDs, generating a return of around 6%, the maturity amount would have been 1.79 lakhs. In debt and debt funds giving you returns of 7%, the 1 lakh rupees would have compounded to 1.96 lakhs. Gold giving you around 9% rate of return would have compounded to 2.36 lakh rupees. Whereas in equity and mutual funds, taking the conservative rate of return that they have been able to generate of 12%, the same investment of 1 lakh rupees 10 years back would have compounded to 3.1 lakh rupees. So that is the difference a marginal ROI can make into your corpus. Here is one more example wherein 10,000 rupees invested every month for 30 years at a ROI of debt funds of 7% would create a corpus of 1.22 crore rupees. Same investment generating returns of the gold rate of return, that is 9%, will create a corpus of 1.84 crore rupees. Whereas in equities generating 12% ROI, the corpus will be 3.53 crores. Hence, a marginal difference in ROI, the rate of return that you get, will make a huge difference in the corpus that you will be able to create. Third parameter, and the most important parameter that we generally neglect, is the tax rate. In the taxation, it is not only the tax rate, but also the timing of tax that you pay on the investment asset classes. For example, in the fixed deposits and senior citizen savings scheme, the tax has to be paid annually, while equity mutual funds, it has to be paid only at the time of redemption. Hence, compounding gets hugely hampered and compromised in all the fixed investment asset classes of like FD and senior citizen savings schemes. Now, let us understand the key rules of compounding and then start benefiting from it. First is starting early. There is nothing like starting early. And here is one example wherein Mr. Early, Mr. Late, and Mr. Very Late wanted to create a retirement corpus at the age of 60. Mr. Early, who started investing at the age of 25 for next 35 years. Now, in spite of investing only 10,000 rupees per month for next 35 years and thereby investing a principal of only 42 lakhs, he will be able to create a corpus of 6.49 crore rupees at the ROI of 12%. Mr. Late, who is starting 10 years later, that is at the age of 35 years, despite investing 20,000 rupees per month for next 25 years till the age of 60, and in spite of putting an investment of 60 lakh rupees, his corpus will just be around 3.79 crore rupees. Mr. Late, starting at 45 and investing even at the rate of 40,000 per month, corpus that he will be able to create will be of only 2.01 crore rupees. And here you can see and feel the difference the time would have made on the investment. That is, despite investing the least amount, Mr. Early would have created a corpus of twice than Mr. Late and almost 3 times than the Mr. Very Late. So be smart. You may start small, but start early. Give your investment time to grow and benefit from power of compounding. Second factor is discipline. In discipline, it is important to invest as per your financial goals. Thereby, start by defining your financial goal of investment and be regular in investment. Be patient because wealth can only be created in long term and you need to be patient. As in all cases, patience is the key in the investment too. Market by nature will remain volatile and the journey will never be comfortable. But be disciplined, be patient, and you will be able to create the desired corpus. The fourth rule is know the features and potential of the chosen instruments. And here is one example wherein the goods that were costing 100 rupees in 2011 were costing 259 in 2021. Whereas the returns generated by the asset classes was not the same. And you can see 100 rupees invested in 2011 could generate the returns as under. That is, all your government bonds, FDs, gold, NSC, PPF, and the real estate could not generate the return equivalent to inflation. The only two asset classes that generated the inflation beating returns were your stock market index, which generated a return of 280 rupees versus 259 that is required. And the best asset class was actively managed mutual funds, which generated a corpus of 355 rupees versus 259 that was required. And here is a chart of little long term, that is 20 years from 2001 to 2021, wherein you can see amongst the FD, gold and equity, it is the equity which gave much higher returns than gold and FDs. Rather, it gave almost 4 times returns than the FDs could generate. The fifth rule is always choose the right instrument as per your individual investment horizon, your risk appetite, and the financial goal that you are looking to meet from that investment. And don't forget the tax that you pay on the returns that you are able to generate. And here is one example of the most popular scheme, that is senior citizen savings scheme, which majority in fraternity does invest into, and we are allowed to invest 30 lakhs into it at the apparent rate of return of 8.2%. The real returns that you will be able to generate will be only of around 5.8%. As you can see in the table, in this scheme, you can invest for 5 years and you can extend it by 3 years. But whatever returns that you are generating on the quarterly basis, they are paid to you and you are supposed to be paying tax on it. Hence, you will not be able to benefit from power of compounding and the real returns will be sub 6%. Whereas 8.2% returns generated through any equity mutual fund will be around 8% still, because senior citizen savings schemes and the FDs are taxed on the annual basis, whereas taxation on the mutual fund and equity is only at the time of redemption, and the taxation is also much lesser than the fixed income schemes of FDs and senior citizen savings schemes. And here is a quote from famous scientist Albert Einstein that sums it all. As per him, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. The one who understands it earns it. The one who doesn't pays for it. I'm sure you will like the video and you will find it beneficial. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Do share it with friends and follow us for more. We will soon be coming up with more videos on more relevant and important topics. Till then, thank you. Happy investing.